Wife threw away our 13-year marriage for her work trip fling, now she's begging to come back. I'm a 35-year-old civil engineer. I've been married to Bridget for 13 years. We have 3 kids, Felix is 11, Hugo is 8, and Mia just turned 5. On paper, we were the picture of stability. Good jobs, nice house in the suburbs, kids in decent schools. The kind of life people envy from the outside, but the inside? That had been rotting for a while. I can't pinpoint exactly when things went cold. Maybe it was gradual, like a slow leak you don't notice until the tire's flat. The conversations got shorter. The touches got fewer. We stopped having love-making months ago, not because of one specific thing, but because neither of us seemed interested anymore. We were roommates who happened to share kids and a mortgage. The fight started about 6 months before everything blew up. Not screaming matches, we're not those people. Just these tense, circular arguments where we'd say the same things in different ways and nothing ever got resolved. She'd accuse me of being emotionally unavailable. I'd point out she was never home. She'd say I didn't support her career. I'd say she barely knew the kids' schedules anymore. It was exhausting. The big one happened on a Tuesday night in late September. I'd gotten home from work around 6, picked up the kids from after-school care, made dinner. Bridget walked in at 8:30, ate the reheated plate I'd left for her, and went straight to her laptop at the kitchen table. Long day? I asked. Yeah, that was it. I put the kids to bed alone, came back downstairs, and just snapped. Are we even married anymore? I asked. She looked up, tired. What? I'm serious. We don't talk. We don't spend time together. We're just 2 people living in the same house. I'm working, okay? You think this is easy for me? I think you've checked out. She closed her laptop hard. Maybe I have. Maybe I'm tired of being the bad guy for having a career. That's not what this is about. Then what is it about? Us. There is no us anymore. She stared at me for a long moment. Then she said, quietly, maybe you're right. We went to bed in silence. Different sides, backs to each other, the Grand Canyon between us. The next morning, I woke up to her already dressed, suitcase by the door. She had her 5-day conference in Denver, some regional sales thing she'd mentioned weeks ago. I'd honestly forgotten about it. She poured coffee, avoided eye contact. Then she turned to me and said it. I want a divorce, just like that. No build-up, no preamble. Just 6 words that detonated 13 years. I stood there holding my coffee mug, feeling like the floor had disappeared beneath me. Are you serious? Yes. You're telling me this right now? You're leaving in 2 hours. I've been thinking about it for a while. I needed to say it. My first instinct was to argue, to ask her to stay so we could talk, but something in her expression stopped me. She looked resolved. Like she'd already made the decision weeks ago and was just finally telling me. Fine, I said. We'll talk when you get back. She nodded, grabbed her suitcase, and left. I stood in the kitchen for 20 minutes after her car pulled away. Then Felix came downstairs asking for breakfast, and I switched into autopilot. Made pancakes. Got them to school. Went to work. Came home. Repeat. Those 5 days were a fog. I kept thinking, this is it. 13 years, over. I'm about to be a divorced dad. I played out custody schedules in my head. Imagined holidays split between houses. Wondered how we'd tell the kids. When Bridget came home Sunday night, I was ready for the hard conversation. Ready to be adults about this. But when she walked through the door, something was different. She was lighter. She smiled, actually smiled, when she hugged the kids. She asked me how my week was. She didn't immediately retreat to her laptop or phone. That night, after the kids were in bed, she sat on the couch next to me. Not at the other end like usual. Next to me. How was the conference? I asked cautiously. Good. Productive. She paused. I'm glad to be home. I didn't know what to say to that. The day after she got back, Bridget touched my shoulder while I was making coffee. She laughed at my joke about Hugo's science project. She asked about my day like she actually cared. For the first time in years, my wife seemed happy. I didn't realize then that her happiness had nothing to do with me. I want to be clear about something. That month after Denver was the best we'd been in years. Maybe since our honeymoon. Bridget started cooking dinner again. Not just reheating leftovers at 9 p.m., but actually planning meals, asking what the kids wanted. She'd be home by 6:30 most nights. She played board games with us on weekends. She laughed, real laughs, not the polite ones you give when you're checked out. The physical stuff came back too. She'd brush past me in the kitchen and let her hand linger on my back. We had slept 3 times that month. That might not sound like much, but we'd gone 7 months before that with nothing. I was confused as hell. This was the woman who'd asked for a divorce 30 days earlier. Who'd been emotionally absent for months before that. And now she was acting like we were newlyweds again. Part of me wanted to just enjoy it, not question it. Maybe the separation threat had shocked both of us into trying harder. Maybe the time apart during her trip gave her perspective. People talk about wake-up calls in marriages, maybe that's what this was, but another part of me couldn't shake the weirdness of the timing. Still, I let myself hope. That's the dangerous thing about hope when you're drowning, you'll grab onto anything. 3 weeks into this new normal, I suggested we go out to dinner. Just us. We hadn't done that in over a year. She agreed immediately, even seemed excited about it. We went to this Italian place we used to love before kids. She wore a dress I hadn't seen in ages. We talked about work, about Felix's soccer team, about Hugo's obsession with dinosaurs. It felt almost normal. Almost. On the drive home, I finally brought it up. We should probably talk about what happens next, I said carefully. She looked out the passenger window. I know, you said you wanted a divorce. Before Denver. Do you still want that? Can we talk about it at home? When the kids are asleep. So we did. After we paid the babysitter, after we checked on each kid, after we stood in their doorways watching them sleep like we used to do when they were babies. Then we sat at the kitchen table with mugs of tea neither of us drank. So, I started. Do you still want the divorce? Or should we try to make this work? She stared at her mug. Took a long breath. I don't know. That wasn't the answer I expected. A month ago she'd been certain. You seemed pretty sure when you told me. I know. She looked up at me, and something in her eyes looked almost guilty. I need to be honest with you about something. My stomach dropped. I haven't been in love with you for a long time, she said quietly. Years. Since before Mia was born. 5 years. Our youngest was 5. She'd been going through the motions for 5 years. I felt like someone had reached into my chest and squeezed. Why didn't you say something? I don't know. Inertia? The kids? I thought maybe it would come back. She looked away. It didn't. We sat in silence for a minute. I processed what she'd just told me, that everything I thought we'd had for the past 5 years was a lie. That every I love you was hollow. That I'd been alone in this marriage longer than I'd realized. Okay, I finally said. I appreciate you being honest. I'm sorry, don't be. But I need you to understand something. I leaned forward, made sure she was looking at me. Once I detach emotionally, I won't come back. That door only swings one way. So whatever you decide, divorce or trying to fix this, you need to be sure. Because if I let go, I'm letting go completely. She nodded slowly. Looked at me for a long moment. I'm sure, she said. I want the divorce. I'll handle the paperwork. I promise, she said it with such certainty. Almost like she was relieved I wasn't fighting her on it. I spent that night on the couch, starting the process of letting go of 13 years. I didn't know she'd already let go years ago, or that she had a reason to feel so relieved. We told the kids the following Saturday morning. Sat them down in the living room after breakfast, both of us on the couch, them on the floor looking up at us with confused faces. Your mom and I need to talk to you about something important, I started. Felix, 11 and too smart for his own good, said, you're getting divorced. Bridget's eyes went wide. How did you? You've been sleeping in separate rooms for 2 months. And you never talk anymore. He shrugged like it was obvious. Hugo started crying immediately. Mia looked at her brother, then at us, her little face scrunched up trying to understand. We both still love you very much, Bridget said, her voice cracking. That will never change. Will we still live here? Hugo asked through tears. You'll stay here with Mom, I said. I'm going to get an apartment nearby. You'll spend time with both of us. Why can't you just fix it? Felix asked, angry now. Other parents fight and stay together. I didn't have a good answer for that. What was I supposed to say? Your mom hasn't loved me for 5 years? Sometimes people grow apart, Bridget said softly. It's nobody's fault. Felix stood up and went to his room. Slammed the door. Hugo crawled into Bridget's lap, still crying. Mia came to me and whispered, Are you sad, Daddy? Yeah, sweetheart. I'm sad. But we're going to be okay. I found an apartment 2 weeks later. 2 bedrooms, 15 minutes away. Nothing fancy, just clean and quiet. I set up the kids' room with bunk beds and let them each pick out new bedding. Hugo chose dinosaurs. Mia picked unicorns. Felix said he didn't care, so I got him plain blue. The first night they stayed over, none of us slept much. Mia crawled into my bed at 2 a.m. crying. Hugo had nightmares. Felix stayed in his bunk reading by flashlight until dawn. But we adjusted. Kids are resilient like that. I started therapy the second week. My therapist, Dr. Patel, Was this no-nonsense woman in her 50s who didn't let me wallow? You said you'd detach emotionally, she reminded me during our third session. Have you? I'm trying. Trying isn't detaching. What does detaching look like for you? I thought about it. Not thinking about what we could have been. Not hoping she'll change her mind. Just moving forward. Good. Do that. So I did. I stopped checking my phone hoping she'd text. Stopped mentally replaying conversations looking for signs I'd missed. I went to the gym. Reconnected with friends I'd neglected. Took the kids to parks and movies and made new memories that didn't include Bridget. The weird part? She never filed the paperwork. Week 3, I figured lawyers take time. Week 6, I started wondering. Week 8, during a kid exchange in my building's parking lot, I asked her about it. Hey, when do you think the divorce papers will be ready? She handed me Mia's backpack without making eye contact. It's complicated. I'm working on it. Complicated how? Just. There's a lot to figure out. Assets, custody arrangements. I want to make sure we do it right. Made sense, I guess. Divorce is messy. I let it go, but then month 3 passed. Month 4. I went on a few dates, nothing serious, just coffee and conversation. A paralegal named Ruth. A teacher named Whitney. Both nice. Both not her. I bought new furniture for the apartment. A couch that was actually comfortable. Art for the walls. Made the place feel like home, not a temporary stop. I felt lighter. Like I was finally breathing after holding my breath for years. Bridget, meanwhile, seemed different during our kid exchanges. Distant again. Preoccupied. She'd check her phone constantly, barely acknowledge me when she dropped the kids off. I figured she was dating too. Moving on. Good for her. Month 6 hit. Still no divorce papers filed. I checked online, our case didn't exist in the system. Then one Saturday in March, I was loading the kids' backpacks into my car in a Target parking lot after picking them up. Bridget walked over before driving away, this look on her face I couldn't quite read. Soft. Almost hopeful. Can we talk for a minute? She asked. Sure. What's up? She glanced at the kids in my car, then back to me. We're both doing better mentally now, don't you think? Healthier. More stable, I guess. Why? She took a breath. Would you consider getting back together? I stared at her like she'd just spoken a foreign language. You said you wanted a divorce, I said slowly. You said you hadn't been in love with me for years. I know, but I've been thinking. She tucked her hair behind her ear, a nervous habit I recognized from a decade ago. We've both had time apart. We're healthier now, like I said. Maybe we were too quick to give up. I felt something twist in my chest, not hope, not even anger. Just disbelief. You wanted this, I said. You seemed relieved when I agreed to it. You said you'd file the paperwork. I know I said that. 6 months ago, Bridget. You've had 6 months. Can't people change their minds? I looked at her standing there in the Target parking lot, the March wind blowing her hair around, and I realized something. She actually expected me to say yes. She thought this conversation would go differently. I told you once I detached emotionally, I wouldn't come back, I said. I meant that. Her expression shifted. The hopeful look disappeared, replaced by frustration. That's not fair. You won't even think about it? There's nothing to think about. What about the kids? Her voice rose slightly. Don't they deserve their family back? The kids are fine. They're adjusting. This isn't about them. Of course it's about them. No, I said firmly. This is about you changing your mind after 6 months and expecting me to just. What? Pretend the last half year didn't happen? She crossed her arms. I can't believe you're being this cold. I'm trying here. You're trying now. Where was this energy 6 months ago when you were so sure about leaving? She didn't have an answer for that. I need to get the kids home, I said, turning toward my car. So that's it? You're just done? I looked back at her. You were done 5 years ago. You said it yourself. I'm just catching up. I got in my car and drove away. In the rearview mirror, I could see her standing there, arms still crossed, watching me leave. Felix asked from the back seat, was Mom crying? I don't know, Bud. Are you guys fighting again? Not fighting. Just talking. He went quiet. I cranked up the radio. The next few days, my phone became a battlefield. Bridget's sister called. She's really struggling. She realizes she made a mistake. Bridget's mother emailed, like it was 2005. Long message about family, commitment, the kids needing stability. How everyone deserves a second chance. Then my own mother called. Your father and I think you should at least consider it. For the children's sake. Even some mutual friends weighed in. Qley, who I'd known since college, sent a text, marriage is hard. Everyone goes through rough patches. Maybe don't throw away 13 years so easily? But my brother Ian had a different take. He came over Tuesday night with beer and pizza after the kids went to bed. "Let me get this straight," he said, halfway through his second slice. "She asked for a divorce right before a business trip. Came back acting completely different. Never filed papers. 6 months later wants you back." That's the summary. Yeah, dude, what? She obviously met someone on that trip. I'd been trying not to think about it. But hearing someone else say it out loud made it click into place like a puzzle piece I'd been ignoring. You think? Come on. The timeline is textbook. She wanted out because she thought she had something better. Came back all happy because she was in the affair fog. The good month? That was her being in love, just not with you. And now, 6 months later, she wants you back. So what? It didn't work out with the other guy. Ian shrugged. Or he was married. Or he got cold feet. Or she realized it was just a fantasy. Doesn't matter why it ended. What matters is she kept you on the hook as backup. My best friend Troy said basically the same thing when I talked to him the next day. The math is simple, man. She didn't file papers because she was keeping her options open. And now that whatever she thought she had fell through, you're suddenly looking good again. I sat in my apartment that night after they'd both left, staring at my phone. Bridget had texted, "Please just think about it. I made a mistake." Troy's voice echoed in my head. She met someone, it didn't work out, now she wants her backup plan. The math was simple. And brutal. And probably true. The campaign to get me back with Bridget kicked into high gear. Her sister Julia ambushed me at Felix's soccer game that Saturday. Sat down on the bleachers next to me, watched the game for exactly 2 minutes, then turned to me. "She's really struggling," Julia said. "She knows she messed up." "Okay. That's it? Just okay? What do you want me to say? That you'll give her another chance?" "She's my sister. I've never seen her like this." I kept my eyes on the field. Felix had the ball. She asked for a divorce. I respected that. Now she changed her mind. I haven't. "You're being stubborn." "I'm being consistent." Julia left at halftime. Then Bridget's mother sent another email. This one was longer, more emotional. Talked about how her own parents had almost divorced but worked it out. How the kids needed their family intact. How God doesn't give us more than we can handle. My own parents called again. My dad this time. "Your mother's worried about you," he said. "I'm fine, Dad. Are you?" "Because from where we're sitting, it looks like you're throwing away your family over pride." That stung. "It's not pride. Then what is it?" "Self-respect." He was quiet for a moment. "Just think about what you're giving up. That's all I'm saying." Even people I barely knew had opinions. A guy from my gym asked if I was the one going through that divorce thing and then proceeded to tell me about how he and his wife almost split but counseling saved them. A woman at the grocery store, someone from Bridget's work I'd met twice, stopped me in the cereal aisle to say how sad she was about our situation. Everyone had advice. Everyone knew what I should do, and for the first time in 6 months, I started questioning myself. Was I being too rigid? Too unforgiving? People make mistakes. People grow. Maybe I was punishing her for being human. Maybe I was the idiot here. I brought it up in therapy Thursday afternoon. Everyone thinks I should take her back, I told Dr. Patel. My parents. Her family. Friends. Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm being too hard on her. Do you want to take her back? I don't know anymore. Everyone's making me feel like I'm destroying my family over stubbornness. Let me ask you something different. Dr. Patel leaned forward. Why do you think she never filed the divorce papers? She said it was complicated. For 6 months? I didn't answer. What do you think the real reason was? She pressed. I think. I took a breath. I think she was keeping me as a backup plan. And how does that make you feel? Like I'm not anyone's first choice. Like I'm the safe option when the exciting option doesn't work out. Do you want to be someone's second choice? No. The answer came out more forcefully than I intended. No, I really don't. Then why are you questioning your decision? Because maybe I'm being selfish. Maybe I should think about the kids. The kids have 2 parents who are modeling how to handle difficult situations. What are you teaching them if you accept being someone's backup plan? That hit different. I'm teaching them to have boundaries, I said slowly. You're teaching them self-respect. You're showing them that it's okay to walk away from situations that don't serve them, even when everyone else says they shouldn't. I left that session feeling clearer than I had in weeks. That night, Bridget texted, "Can we meet? Just to talk? Please." I thought about ignoring it. But I needed closure as much as she did. Coffee. Saturday morning. The Starbucks on Elm. We met there at 9 a.m. She looked tired, like she hadn't been sleeping. She'd worn makeup but I could see the circles underneath. She had a latte in front of her, untouched. "Thank you for coming," she said. I nodded, sipped my black coffee. "I need to explain," she started. "There's more to the story. I wasn't honest before. Okay, I was confused. I thought I wanted something else. Someone else. She looked down at her cup. I thought I had feelings for someone. But it wasn't real. It didn't work out. And I realized what I had with you, what I threw away. So I was right, I interrupted. You kept me waiting while you figured out if something else would work. And when it didn't, you came back. It's not that simple. It really is. Bridget reached across the table for my hand. I pulled it back before she could touch me. Please, she said, her eyes filling. I know I hurt you. But we can fix this. We have history. We have kids. We have nothing, I said, standing up. We had something. You ended it. You were sure. Remember, I made a mistake. No. I grabbed my coffee. You made a choice. And I'm making mine. I walked out of that Starbucks and didn't look back. Monday morning, I called a divorce attorney. His name was Frank Morales, came recommended by Ian. We met Tuesday afternoon. So she wanted the divorce but never filed? Frank asked, flipping through the notes I'd brought. That's right, for 6 months, 6.5 now. He leaned back in his chair. You know what that tells me? She wasn't sure. She wanted to keep her options open. I know. Well, you're sure now, right? Completely. Good. Let's get this done. He filed the paperwork Thursday. I proposed 50-50 custody, fair division of assets. No games, no trying to screw her over. I just wanted it finished. Bridget got served the following Tuesday. She called me 16 times that day. I didn't answer. Finally, she showed up at my apartment at 8 p.m. I opened the door but didn't invite her in. You actually filed, she said, like she couldn't believe it. You said you would. You didn't. So I did. I thought we could work this out. You had 6 months to file. You chose not to. I'm not waiting anymore. This is unfair. The terms are fair. 50-50 custody. Equal division. No one gets screwed. That's not what I mean. I mean you're being unfair by not even trying. Good night, Bridget. I started closing the door. Wait, she put her hand on the door frame. Please. Just give me one more chance. I'll do anything. I gave you 13 years. I gave you a clear boundary. You made your choice. I closed the door. Heard her standing there for another minute before her footsteps faded down the hall. The divorce process took 4 months. Mediation sessions where we divided up our life like a garage sale. The couch went to her. The dining table came with me. Photos got scanned and shared digitally. We were civil but cold. Professional. Some friends took her side. Qley stopped returning my calls. A couple we used to do game nights with unfriended me on social media. Fine. They could have their opinions, but most people, once they knew the full story, understood. Troy threw me a divorce party that was really just us and Ian watching hockey and eating wings. My brother gave a toast to knowing your worth. I kept going to therapy. Kept hitting the gym. Started a motorcycle safety course just because I'd always wanted to. Took the kids camping one weekend, just us, no phones, no drama. Felix caught his first fish. Hugo identified 12 different types of trees. Mia collected rocks and made up stories about each one. I went on more dates. Met someone named Vanessa who worked in urban planning. Smart, funny, chose me because she wanted to, not because her backup plan fell through. We took it slow. I told her about the divorce. She told me about her own messy breakup. We both agreed we weren't rushing into anything. The divorce finalized in August, almost exactly a year after Bridget had first asked for one. 3 weeks later, I was picking up the kids from her house. She'd moved to a townhouse closer to her work. Smaller place, just her now. She lingered at the door after the kids ran to my car. Do you ever wonder what would have happened if I hadn't? She trailed off. I turned back to her. If you hadn't what? If I'd just stayed. If I hadn't tried to. She stopped herself. No, I said honestly. I don't wonder. You made your choice. I made mine. I really did love you, you know. Maybe you did. But you loved the idea of something else more. And when that didn't work out, you expected me to still be here waiting. Her eyes filled with tears. I'm sorry, I know. I meant it. But sorry doesn't change anything. Do you hate me? I thought about it. Really thought about it. No. I don't hate you. I don't really feel anything, honestly. And that's how I know I made the right choice. I got in my car where Felix, Hugo, and Mia were arguing about what music to play. My life. My kids. My peace. In the rearview mirror, I saw Bridget still standing in her doorway. I drove away. 6 months later, I heard through Julia that Bridget was seeing someone. Some guy from her company. Good for her, genuinely. I'm seeing Vanessa more seriously now. She met the kids last month. They liked her. She didn't try too hard, didn't pretend to be their new mom. Just herself. Felix asked me the other night while I was tucking him in, "Are you happy, Dad?" "Yeah, buddy. I really am." "Good. You deserve it." 11 years old and already wiser than most adults I know. My kids are thriving. I'm thriving. Bridget? I heard she's struggling a bit, but that's not my problem anymore. She's exactly where her choices led her, and I'm exactly where my boundaries took me. I told her once I detached, I wouldn't come back. I kept my word. She didn't believe me. That was her mistake, not mine. I'm not anyone's second choice. Not for her. Not for anyone. Never again. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you really like our videos, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.